Okay, we decided to go ahead and I'm going to do a little work with him. I wished I'd have left my saddle on him, but I don't necessarily want him going back over there as fearful as he is, and not that, you know, I don't want you to have the ideal of that I'm thinking of because he made me get off and take the saddle. That's not it at all. It's just I want to make sure that I can see a little bit of a change in him before I put him back into the pen. Now the way I'm going to do this is, and the way I'm going to be able to tell is when he starts lowering his head and softening up and giving me some forward movement at where he's not so stiff. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of work him in a couple little circles here, or maybe more than a couple. Now, the reason I'm doing what I call a half circle is because I'm evaluating Blue, which is what we should always do before we get on a horse. And evaluating is I'm looking at all these 5 areas of resistance, starting at the poll, the neck, the shoulders, the rib cage, and the hindquarters. And I want to see where Blue's really his resistant areas are, that areas that I need to work with him in order to get him to start trusting, me, to where he will loosen up those areas, soften up those areas. Okay, and see, that's a reaction. That's fear. That's him saying, I need to move my feet. I need to do something. And so when we start seeing those start to go away and not be so quick and fast, then we'll know we're getting somewhere with old Blue here. Now his shoulder's really tight. I mean, it's hard for him to even walk with this halter and lead rope on because of the shoulders. The hindquarters pushing in on them. Heads up. You know, if you're watching this video, leave me a comment and tell me if you started out with if your horse started out this way and you kept trying to ride him. Maybe you got hurt on him. Maybe he bucked you off. And all you had to do was, when you see these signs, see he keeps wanting to hook up with me with those 2 eyes. And that's more or less, he's wanting to just stay focused on me. You know, he doesn't feel good focused on me in not a positive way. More or less, he doesn't trust me yet, and he wants to keep both those eyes on me. Here I'm sending him in a circle where he's only got 1 eye, and he's like, man, I just don't feel good about this. I got to get 2 eyes on him as quick as I can. Now, what am I going to do with Blue between now and the next time I get on him? Well, I'm going to work those 5 areas of resistance. I want to make sure I've got some softness in there, not 50%, but about 60-70% softness, less resistance there. I'm going to also do some exercises like on the back up. We'll do a lot of backing up, and I'm going to back him up down hills, up hills, you know, just down this hill here, up this hill. Want him to really start moving those feet, getting him back on those hocks. You know, a while ago I had a hard time getting him to disengage, and when he would yield those hindquarters, He just wasn't used to that pressure and yielding his hindquarters with a human on his back. Much better, much better. So, you know, and I'm gonna do some, I want to get those shoulders. Definitely want to work on those shoulders. I want him to yield. When I'm doing this right here, this is pressure. I want him to know. See how he just, you know, he just keeps backing up, but he won't move away from it. And that's the horse's instinct. This is plumb natural because, you know, horses are into pressure animals. So right here, I need to get him, I need to build some courage and confidence up in him to yield. I'm going to help him out here. I'm going to push that eye over, and there. See, I helped him out instead of just staying until we backed into that fence. And instead, I stepped in and I helped him out. So, because that way, I was able to quickly get a result that I was looking for, and I was able to release the pressure, which is what we're wanting to teach him. If he yields, then the pressure is going to go away. See here, I got to help him again. Now right then, that was more of a forward movement. There. And see, and I'm going to release the pressure, and I'm going to walk away from him. I'm going to take even more pressure off of him. There. And I'll walk away. Now what's going to eventually start happening is curiosity is going to start setting in. And he's going to be, eventually he's going to want to be with me. He's going to trust me. He's going to see that I'm a leader. I'm not going to hurt him. I don't want to have him for supper tonight. Okay, that was forward movement. But anyway, I'm just going to work with different parts of the body. These areas of resistance, like right there, the shoulder. Hindquarters. Wasn't bad on the left side, but a little bit quick. So let's tell him he's not quite there mentally yet. There. You know, he's starting to cross that foot, but you seen how quick it was? So no, he needs a lot more work there. A lot more. So we don't just quit right there. And that could have been what the previous owners done with this horse. You know, they just got a little bit of a result and they quit. And also, I guarantee you, right here in this rib cage, you know, this horse needs to learn to yield. He needs to learn to side pass. And we're going to work a lot on that. So, you see old Blue right now, he's got a lot of fear in him. And boy, he just wanting to be with his friends because that's his security. That's all this is, folks. This is not a horse being stubborn or being stupid. None of those things. This is a horse being a horse. He's doing what he needs to do, what he thinks he needs to do to survive. Just to survive. And he can't get his eyes off his buddy right there because he knows as soon as he gets over there, he can take a deep breath because he's going to be safe. Now, the things that I'm going to be working with him patiently is, you know, I want him to trust me. I want him to trust me like he does his buddies over there. And, you know, and he wants to be with Larry. Okay. Well, this has been fun. And God bless you and God bless your horse.